Good afternoon, students. Well, coming to the class, I think chapter number one, that is nutrition in plants, is over. Even I think exercise is also over. Uh, even we have sent you PDF file of that exercise, right? So if there are any doubts regarding those exercise, please contact school number and call me. Then I'll be available to solve it. All right. So now we'll be moving with the second chapter, that is nutrition in animals. The first chapter was in plants. Now it is in animals. So nutrition in animals. So how this process of nutrition is going to take place in animals? That is what we are going to learn in this chapter. Even including human beings and the grass-eating animals, right? What all are the processes that are involved in this digestion or in this animals? All right. So now we all know that all animals, including human beings, require food. That food required may be to perform various functions. That is irrelevant. But the point is, every animal requires food for its functioning of the body. And we all know that all the animals cannot prepare their own food. So all these animals are dependent on others for its food. Okay? So whatever the food is eaten by the animals, it has to be broken into small soluble parts so that it gets digested. It has to give us energy. So how this nutrition in animals is going to take place? We'll move it now. We'll move on to it. Alright? First, we'll be moving with holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition. What do you mean by holozoic nutrition? So animals are going to take in food, that taking food inside maybe in the solid form or liquid form. Then what has to be done? The form of nutrition where the food is taken in is absorbed. It is digested and absorbed for utilization of the body. So whatever the food that we are going to take in, it has to be digested and absorbed for the utilization of the body. For that process, we are going to call it as holozoic nutrition. Is this clear? So holozoic nutrition means the form of nutrition in which food is taken, is digested and absorbed for its utilization only. Where the body is taking food, for that body's utilization only, that food has to be digested and absorbed. For this, we are going to call it as holozoic nutrition. Is this clear, guys? Alright. In this holozoic nutrition, we have 5 steps. One is ingestion. Ingestion. Then digestion. Then absorption, then assimilation, and last egestion. So these are 5 main steps of this holozoic nutrition. So what's happening in short? I will brief you. Ingestion means taking inside food, right? Then digestion. Whatever the food is taken, it has to be digested, and after that, the digested food has to be absorbed. That is what is called as absorption. Then this assimilation. Whatever the food is absorbed here, it has to be used by the body. That is what is assimilation. And after assimilation, whatever the waste is going to be there, it will be removed from the body. That is known as egestion. Alright. We'll take your food in the ingestion. Ingestion is a process where it is intake of food. So here the process is what's happening? It is intake of food. The intake of the food by an organism, that is said to be ingestion. So taking the process of taking in food inside the body of an organism. So the process of taking in food inside the body of an organism is said to be ingestion. It is nothing but intake of food. Alright. Different organisms have different ingestion. Means the structures of taking food inside is different with all different organisms. For example, we human beings are going to intake the food through our hand, then we will take it to our mouth. Like this, there are different structures for different organisms on this planet. So this was about ingestion, the process of intake of food of a body, right? That food has to be taken inside the body of an organism. Then it is said to be ingestion. Is this clear? So as said earlier, different organisms have different structures for taking in food. Like that, for example, we have amoeba. It is taking in food with the help of pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means it is the false feet. It is false feet. Using its false feet, what it is doing, that amoeba is surrounding the food. Then that is taken inside by its body. Then it is formed as food vacuole. Then whatever the digestive juices are present in that food vacuole will digest it. And after that, if there is anything waste, that will be removed from any part of that amoeba. Then we have hydra. It is going to use its tentacles to take in the food. Then we have paramecium. It helps. It is going to intake the food with the help of its cilia, which are like hair structures on its external body. Then we have mosquitoes, which are going to intake the food by feeding tube. What this feeding tube is doing is, it is sucking our blood. Then at last, birds, it is going to use its beaks. Then with that beaks, it is taking inside its mouth. So these are the different organisms, different structures of intaking food. Right? Then we will next move to digestion. Okay, next we have digestion. What's happening? Whatever the food is taken inside by the organism, it has to be digested. Digestion means it is breaking components of food into simple and soluble particles. Okay. Actually, what is digestion? Whatever the complex components are there in the food, it has to be broken into simple and soluble forms in the body. For that, we are going to call it as digestion. Okay. What is digestion? It is breaking down of complex components. Complex components of what? It is complex components of food. That complex components of the food is broken into simple and soluble forms, which is then inside the body. This is clear. So we all take our meals daily. Whatever we consume, we are going to chew it first, because we are breaking the complex component of food into simple and soluble forms. Is this right? For this, what do we call? We call it as the digestion. Okay, the next is absorption. What's happening actually in absorption? Whatever the food component, complex food component was broken down into small and soluble forms. That soluble forms, simple and soluble forms, of digestion. This all has to be moved. This all has to be moved into the cells so that it should move it. It has to be moved to our blood. Whatever this simple and soluble forms is there, it is going to be moved to, or this all has to pass to the cells of the body. This all simple and soluble forms has to pass to cells of the body through body fluids like blood. Means whatever the digested food is there, whatever the broken form of food, that is simple and soluble forms is there, it has to pass to our blood, or it has to move to our blood. So this process is known as absorption. Absorbing whatever the food is broken down in this digestion process, all that has to be moved to our blood. For this, what do we call? We call it as absorption. It is nothing but the process of passing simple soluble forms, or soluble products into the cells of the body by body fluids such as blood. For that, we call it as absorption. Alright, then next, assimilation. What is this assimilation? Ingestion is over, digestion is over, absorption is over. Then what has to happen in the assimilation? So whatever the food molecules are absorbed here, it has to be used. Using of absorbed food to produce energy. Why do we eat food? To require energy. We eat it so that we get energy. So whatever the soluble products are passed to blood, that has to be used to give out energy to the body. For that, we call it as assimilation. It is nothing but the process of using absorbed food molecules. So assimilation means it is a process of using absorbed food molecules. Why it has to be absorbed? It has to be absorbed so that the energy has to be produced. Alright, whatever the absorbed food particles are used, it has to give out energy, and it should help in growth. To produce energy, and growth also has to take place. For this, we call it as assimilation. Okay? Then last part, that is egestion. Whatever the waste is remaining, after all these four processes are done, it will be ejected out of the body, or thrown out of what? Wastes. So the process of removing undigested food particles, from the body is known as egestion. Are these all 5 clear under Holozoic nutrition? We'll be coming back again, just 1 minute. Ingestion means what? We are taking in food. Alright, taking in food. Then in digestion, whatever the food is taken, it is broken into simple and soluble forms. So whatever food is taken in ingestion, that is broken down into simple and soluble forms, and that is known as digestion. And then moving this digested food or moving this simple soluble forms into cells of the body. So whatever the food is digested, it has to be moved to body, that is to cells of the body, nothing but blood. That is known as absorption, passing of simple soluble forms of food to the new cells of the body, to the cells of the body using fluids like blood. Alright, that is absorption. Means whatever the food is digested, it is absorbed here. Then next, using this absorbed food molecules, whatever the food is made to move, using that food to give out energy, and it should help even in growth. For that we call assimilation. So after all these four processes are done, still whatever the undigested particle is remaining in the body is moved out of the body, and that process is known as digestion. I think holozoic nutrition, that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and digestion. Are these clear? So next, it is nutrition in amoeba. What is that? How nutrition is going to take place in amoeba? First of all, amoeba is a unicellular organism. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Means it is a single cell organism which is seen only by a microscope. As these are made up of only one cell, they are very small in size. That is why what we have to do, we have to take microscope, then only we can identify it where it is found in pond and ditches. We find this amoeba in pond and ditches. It is made up of single cell. That is why we call it as unicellular, and it is a microscopic organism. Microscopic organism means it is seen only under a microscope. And this amoeba has irregular shape. Means it is not having a regular shape, it is not having any fixed shape. Its shape is going to change however it wants, right? So this amoeba is irregular in shape, which is having its cell membrane, nucleus and small vacuoles. This is clear. So amoeba is going to change its shape and position. It changes its shape as well as position. Then it is going to give finger-like projections. It is going to give finger-like projections. Those finger-like projections are nothing but pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. What is this pseudopodia? It is nothing but pseudo means false and podia means fake. So using its false fake, it is encircling the food. If it sees anywhere food, then amoeba is going to move towards it, and then it is going to engulf it. Using these finger-like projections, it is going to take that food inside its body. Then that whatever the food is taken, it is taken by food vacuole, and whatever the juices, digestive juices are present in that food vacuole, it is going to digest that food. So the digestive juices present in that food vacuole are going to digest the food taken inside, and after digestion whatever the undigested part is there, that is removed out of the body by any point on its body. right? It is going to eject, it is going to throw out the undigested by any one of its any one of its body part. So this is how nutrition in amoeba is going to take place. First thing, nutrition, amoeba is a unicellular organism. It is not only a unicellular, it is even a microscopic organism because it is seen only under microscope. You cannot see it by your naked eyes because it's too small in size. That is why we say it as microscopic organism, means the organism which is seen only under microscope. Then this amoeba is found. Where do we find amoeba? We find them in pond and ditches. Alright, we find them in pond and ditches. Amoeba is having irregular shape. Amoeba is having irregular shape, means it is not having any fixed shape and position. It can change its shape as well as it can change its position. Then this amoeba is having cell membrane, nucleus and small vacuoles in its body. Alright. Then this amoeba is going to give out finger-like projections. Those finger-like projections are nothing but pseudopodia, means that is false feet. It is not having mouth, right? That is what it is doing. It is using its false feet to circle that food, to encircle that food, and then it is taken inside. Then it forms food vacuole. Then whatever the juices are present in that, digestive juices are present in that food vacuole, is going to digest the food, and after digestion, whatever the undigested part is there, it is going to be removed out from the body. But that will be removed from any point. On any point of the body, it is going to remove that undigested food. So this was about nutrition in amoeba. So that was about nutrition in amoeba. Now we will be seeing nutrition in humans. That is nutrition in human beings. How nutrition is going to acquire, how nutrition is going to occur in our body, that we are going to see. Alright, first what will happen, we are going to take the food by our hand, then we will take it to the mouth, and in the mouth the tongue is there, that tongue is going to provide saliva to that food so that it is soluble, and then that food moves through the food pipe. After that food pipe, it is moving to stomach, and then small intestine, large intestine, and after that whatever the waste is there, that is ejected out through anus. This is in brief how nutrition is going to occur in humans. So now we'll come across the words called alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. What exactly is this alimentary canal? It is nothing but, it is like a continuous canal. It is like a continuous canal from where the food is entering and from where the food is expelled out. Expelled out means ejected out. It is like a canal system from where the food is entering and to till where the food is dropped out of the body. From entrance to exit, all this form is known as alimentary canal. The continuous canals by which food enters, the continuous canal by which food enters and wastes expelled out, ejected out, thrown out, is called alimentary canal. Alright. So what all organs are there in this alimentary canal? What all the organs we find in this alimentary canal? First thing, we find mouth, because that is from where this canal starts. The food is entering through our mouth. Then after that, it is esophagus. Esophagus is nothing but food pipe. Alright, esophagus means food pipe. Then after that food pipe, it moves to our stomach. From mouth it It is going to small intestine. Small intestine is the place actually where larger portion of digestion takes place in the body. Alright, larger portion of the digestion is going to occur in this small intestine. Then after small intestine, it moves to large intestine. After large intestine, it comes to rectum, and then at last it is ejected out through anus. So when all these organs are connected without any breakage of chain, then we call this entirely as alimentary canal. Is this point clear, children? Students, look, alimentary canal means the process from where the food is entering, a continuous canal where food enters and waste are expelled out is said to be alimentary canal. Then what do we find in these alimentary canals is the alimentary canal starts right from mouth, esophagus, stomach, then to small intestine, to large intestine, and then to rectum, and then through anus it is ejected out. So these all organs continuously are interlinked. They are forming like a chain structure. That is why right from mouth to anus, whatever the organs are interconnected, for that we call it as alimentary canal. Is this clear, students? Okay. So in the next class we will be studying how this nutrition is going to take place, right from ingestion, what's actually happening in injection. Actually what we all saw that holozoic nutrition, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and what was last one? It was egestion. So these were the processes. But how these processes are going to occur, we'll be studying it in the next class. So now what you have to do? You have to keep reading textbook. I keep repeating it again and again. You have to keep reading textbook. And then answer, try to answer whatever the questions are given in the class. So homework for today is you have to define one, holozoic nutrition, second, ingestion, third, digestion, fourth, absorption, fifth, assimilation, sixth, it is egestion. After defining all this, we have to write how nutrition takes place in amoeba. How nutrition is going to take place in amoeba, that procedure has to be done. So this is first, define the following, and second is how nutrition takes place in amoeba. So is this clear? Whatever is taught today, read it carefully. If you have any doubts, call to the school number. It will be a call to school number so that your doubts can be cleared. And the homework for today is given. Keep reading textbook. Stay home. Stay safe. See you in the next class. Thank you.